I finally did it. I finally pulled the trigger. Welcome to the vlog. My name is Vic Barry, and this, finally give in, is the Sony A6600. Now, this isn't going to be just a normal unboxing video. I'm just going to talk about why I bought this camera as well. It's going to be kind of a quick unboxing. Like, truth be told, I had a little bit of a peep in there. And there's a couple of reasons why I've gone for the Sony A6600. Some of these might work for you, some of them might not. But either way, let's give it a try. You like my table? Yep, it's a picnic table with a black blanket all over it. Yeah, this is all we got after spending all the money on this. So I'm going to open this one up. Now, if you've been following the channel for a while, you know this was a camera that I wanted to pre-order a good while back. And I did, and I didn't, and I did, and I didn't. And then I saw a really good offer on the Panasonic G9, and I didn't pull the trigger on that. So today, I've been thinking that since the Osmo Pocket is dead, and the Osmo Pocket was the main studio camera that I would have used inside here, and it worked amazingly well, and it's bust. So I said, you know, let's go for it. Let's pull the trigger. See, cheap picnic table. Is this one of the best mirrorless cameras out there right now? It's up the very top, but there's a couple of reasons I went for this, and I'm going to get into those, but let's kind of unbox this. I'm going to look up here because I've got an overhead camera here. No idea how small this room is, but anyway, right. So, what do we got first off? We have the strap, which is fine, which is probably something I will never use. Then we have this kind of USB power brick, so this is going to go between the wall outlet and then USB, micro USB Sony into the camera. This looks to be like an eye cup of sorts. Nice hard plastic. What have we got inside here? If you're watching this in America, this could well blow your mind. That's the micro USB cable. That's not going to blow your mind. This, look at this. Look at this. I'm going to hold it up. Look at this. Look at this. 3-pin plug. Always confusing. And then something that some of the American audience might be slightly familiar with, but this is the European plug, which will be never used. Anyway, okay. Now, this is the lens kit, by the way. It came with the 18-135, which is the kit lens. Oh, hang on, we've got our stuff. So we've got a lens hood, and this is the lens itself. Love the smell of new. So here we go. So 18-135, it's 3.5 to 5.6 aperture, which is okay, I guess, for what a lot of stuff that I'll be doing. And now here is the camera itself. Is there anything left in this box? No. Okay. When I'm selling this in a week because I'm broke, somebody will go, you threw that box in the ground. So this is the camera itself. And I gotta say, right, it feels really solid. It doesn't feel super premium, but it does kind of feel the extra Z battery going in there. There is a bit of grip to it. But the size of this thing. Now, I've watched a ton of videos with the A6600, and the one thing that's kind of stumped me here is the actual size of this camera. It is, okay, so this is an iPhone 11 Pro, not the Max, it's just a normal one. This is how it compares on size. Let me put them side by side here, and you can see. And I hadn't seen any kind of you know, size comparison. I could not believe how small this camera is. So let's get the lens on here. Sony E-mount lens, of course, for anyone that doesn't know. E-mount is Sony's proprietary mount, like Leica has L-mount and Canon have God only knows what with crop. But so the one difference here with the Sony lenses, the E-mount lenses, is that they will work on an APS-C camera, which is this, and they'll also work on a full frame camera, something like the A7R4 or the A7 III or the A7, we won't mention the war when that other camera with the 4K 60 comes out. So we get the lens on here really simply. We find the white dot, and we match up the white dot that's here. You see that up there, people? Hello, up there, overhead cam. And then you just twist clockwise, and that's it. That is the camera. Look at the size of this thing. Again, look with the phone. This is one thing that's really kind of blown me away. The size of this is just, anyway. So Why did I buy a Sony A6600? Number one, for the autofocus. That's probably one of the main reasons. The autofocus on this is absolutely phenomenal. Now, I'm shooting this on the GH5 right now, and I have this on manual focus. No, it's not a manual. It is a manual focus. This I would probably use in manual focus as well. However, the Sony autofocus is probably best in class. It's the best in the world. It will not lose you even when you turn your head. It locks onto your eye. If it can't see your eye, it will lock onto your face. So that's kind of reason number one. Reason number two is the flip out screen. Now, anyone with the RX 100 line will know the screen just flips straight up, but this one you have to kind of pull it up and pull it out. It's not my favorite way of pulling up the screen because it's kind of at a bit of a weird angle. So I'm thinking, in a hurry, is that possibilities for disaster? And then the one thing that's really started to infuriate me was recording limits or battery life. A lot of my videos are not 30 minutes long. I'm not going to press record for 30 minutes, but battery life, the Osmo, sometimes it, suck, and that's what I did a lot of videos on. GH5 right now is pretty good. This bad boy here is the Sony Z battery. This is what's in the A7 III. It's what's in Sony's flagship cameras, and they've squeezed it in here to essentially what's an A6400 with a Z battery. So it's double the whammy, as it were. It's double the power, and this thing will last and last and last. It takes about 4.5 hours to charge, and they're kind of the reasons I went for the camera. Obviously, there is a mic input here as well, which is not the most easily accessed. You got your mic input up there, camera. You got a headphone jack as well, so you can kind of shoot anything with this, and you can monitor your audio and work away. And yeah, I mean, they're the main reasons that I kind of went for the A6600. I love Sony cameras. I'm a Sony fanboy, I guess, as well. But genuinely, I'm like going, yeah, like this is kind of the APS-C camera out there right now. Did I want something like an A7 III, because the A7 III now is kind of similarly priced? No, it's just that little bit too big. I don't think it makes a great deal of difference what I'm doing, whether I want the full frame look or not. And the size of this thing, so this can just be popped into the bag. Arguably, you could probably take the lens off and put it in a big coat pocket. So am I going to take it everywhere? Probably not, because this thing is really good. But from a talking head perspective, for these kinds of videos, this is what I'm going to be doing. And it's a kind of a tough decision. I've played with this for over and over and over again. Am I going to get it? Am I not going to get it? And I guess when I broke the Osmo Pocket from DJI, which is an amazing little camera, and it would have been about $1,300 cheaper to buy an Osmo Pocket again. But I'm kind of concerned that there'll be an Osmo Pocket 2 come out as soon as I buy it, which I'm sure that will come out at some point this year. But I just wanted something else. I just wanted a look. I wanted different lenses. I've got my eye on a Sigma lens, which, get the money together, I'm gonna pick that up. It's the 16mm 1.4. So they're the kind of the reasons that I went with this, and I genuinely like the look of the Sony kind of image. I think it's really good. It's only 8-bit, 10-bit. It's 100 megabits per second. Again, I suppose I could have looked at the G9, or could have looked at another GH5. GH5 is a really, really great camera. It's kind of what I use or what I did use before I got the S1H on a kind of day-to-day basis in work. But that was one of the other crux. I know Panasonic stuff really, really well. Like, I know Sony stuff really well, but I just wanted something else, and this was the camera I wanted. So there's no 4K 60 in this, which is not necessarily a big no-no. You can do 1080 60, or you can do 1080 120 for that smooth, 120 frames per Peter McKinnon. And that's kind of the go-to thing for a lot of stuff. 120 frames per second B-roll. I think now, as I'm kind of growing as a content creator on the YouTube perspective, that doesn't necessarily kind of float my boat too much anymore. And is this camera that cost well over $1,500, is a little bit dearer here, is this camera going to make my content better? No. Could I have got an Osmo Pocket and saved myself a whole lot of money? Yes. So this was kind of born out of frustration in one sense, because I wanted the look for this camera. for a while. Again, just going back, you've got lenses, you can change them out, you get a little bit of depth of field, but it's not going to make my content better. Doesn't matter. I could have a red camera, I could have an Arri Alexa, I could have whatever. I could have the potato that some of you got, and that's perfectly fine. So it's not that this is going to make the content any better. It might look a little bit better, but it now means that I can record continuously for quite a long period of time because the battery that's in this is pretty insane. I guess the IPS isn't as good as it could be. Sony's IPS has never been great anyway, so I might look at getting a little bit of a small mirrorless camera gimbal for this at some point. But they're the reasons that I have bought the Sony a6600. I'm sure the a6700 will come out probably by the time you see this video, and it'll have 8K 120, and I'll be like, oh, why the hell? But no, sometimes I guess you just got to pull the trigger. It's only money, right? So yeah, that's it. That is why I bought the Sony a6600. Again, the size of this thing is just insane. I'm looking forward to making some videos on this, hopefully over the next couple of days once I get into the weekend. I'm just going to head out and I'm just going to shoot some random stuff and see what this can really do. But I guess before I do that, we probably should have one look at how this looks, right? Let's do it. This is it. This, man, is the first clip that I've recorded on the Sony a6600. Let me show you. The hot shoe location absolutely sucks, so I'm just balancing a Rode mic up there right now. But yeah, other than that though, it's pretty sweet, right? So small rig, if you're watching, can I have one of those relocation plates for the hot shoe, cold shoe, please? That'd be awesome. But other than that, I'm super happy. I just cannot wait to see what this looks like. It's the HLG profile. Thanks to Potato Jet for suggesting the HLG profile for shooting on this particular camera. And yeah, thanks to you guys. Support the channel, like, comment, all of those nice things. Actually, please support the channel because this camera has to pay for itself really quickly. Yeah. My wife doesn't know yet. Alright, I gotta go. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. Check out some of these other videos, you might like them. Anyway, we'll see you in the next episode of the vlog, and until then, for the first time on the Sony a6600, don't stop fighting for yourself.